Martina Navratilova, I wouldn't have left home for Trump's America. Navratilova defected from communist Czechoslovakia 50 years ago because she had ambitions of becoming world number one. 50 years ago, Martina Navratilova left everything she knew in communist Czechoslovakia to start a new life in the US. Then, an 18-year-old high school pupil, she was one of the Cold War's most high-profile defectors, and she would go on to become one of tennis's most iconic players. Navaki, but speaking to the BBC's Amal Rajan, she says that she fears the US now wouldn't let me in. "I'm not loyal to US President Donald Trump," she says, adding that she worries the US has become a totalitarian state. Since President Trump took office in January, his administration has carried out sweeping immigration raids, sparking protests in parts of the country. He has also instituted a travel ban for citizens from 12 countries, and there have been reports of tourists being detained at the border. "If I were now still in that same position, as in 1975, and I had to go live somewhere, it would not be America, because it's not a democracy at the moment," she says. Navaki, when she speaks about US politics, Navratilova's frustration is palpable. She believes people haven't noticed what she says is a situation that is gradually getting worse. The US, she adds, is definitely turning against migrants. I mean, people are getting chucked out by Homeland Security. They're getting chucked out because they're not on board completely with Donald Trump's agenda, because they're not kissing the ring, she says. That decision to defect to the US in 1975 wasn't an easy one to make, she says. She describes having an idyllic childhood growing up in Revnice in modern-day Czechia, with a loving family that she was leaving behind. "I never knew when I would see my parents again, or if I would see them." But doing so changed the course of Navratilova's life. She told a press conference at the time that she left Czechoslovakia because she wanted to become world number one in tennis, and that she couldn't do it under those circumstances at home. She did indeed go on to become number one, both in women's singles for 332 weeks and women's doubles for a record 237 weeks. She is now widely considered to be one of the world's greatest tennis players. Navratilova is a dual US and Czech citizen and still lives in the US with her wife, model Julia Lemigova. Does she worry that in the current political climate, she could lose her own citizenship? Everything is up in the air right now, and that's the whole point. Everybody's walking on eggshells, not knowing what's going to happen. There is, however, one extremely divisive subject on which she has previously said she agrees with President Trump: transgender women's participation in sport.